Okay, so here we are going to continue with carbon compounds, right? Our current chapter for science, and we are going to look at 4.6 oil palm, right? Oil palm and its importance to national development. Okay, now for oil palm, first of all, we are going to look at the structure of oil palm fruit, right? So, in terms of the structure, we have a few parts: exocarp, mesocarp, endocarp, and kernel. All right. So, the exocarp, okay, the first one, exocarp, is the most outer layer, right? Or it's the skin. So, this is going to be the exocarp, right? So we also call this as the skin of the fruit. Okay, the next part is the mesocarp. Okay, second part is the mesocarp, which is this section here. All right, this area here. So this is called the mesocarp. All right. So in some books you would see they use the word husk or pulp. All right, husk or pulp. And the third part is called the endocarp. All right, so this is the endocarp, okay, which is also the shell. Okay, the shell. So you can see here in this diagram, okay, the actual fruit. If you see, okay, this part here is gonna be the exocarp. Okay, the exocarp, the skin. Then this region here is gonna be the mesocarp. All right, so this is the mesocarp. This is going to be the exo, okay, and then we have the endocarp. Okay, this part here is the shell, just this region here. So this is called the endocarp. All right, and the innermost is called the kernel. All right, so label it here. Okay, so this is called the kernel, right? So remember all the four parts: exocarp, mesocarp. Okay, exo is the outermost, is the skin. All right, and then we have mesocarp, which is the husk. Okay, when a palm oil is produced, okay, oil palm from the oil palm fruit, the one that gives the most amount of oil is actually the mesocarp. Okay, this is actually the most oil. All right, almost 90% of the oil comes from the mesocarp. Okay, and second most oil we will get it from the kernel. All right, endocarp is the least. Okay, so remember the sections or the structure of the oil palm fruit. All right, okay, now let's look at the extraction of palm oil. Okay, extraction of palm oil, we have a few steps. The first one is sterilization. Okay, so for sterilization we are talking about utilizing steam. So steam is used in sterilization. Now steam has two functions here. Okay, two particular functions. One is steam because it is hot. It is used to kill bacteria and fungi. Okay, to kill fungi and bacteria, right, in the fruit. And the second function of steam, of course, is to soften the fruit. Soften the fruit. Okay, so this is a sterilization, our first step in extraction of palm oil, the process of extraction of palm oil. So as you saw just now, that it was the image of the fruit. Okay, this fruit is put through a certain process, and the first process you see in this diagram is called sterilization, when it's run through steam to kill fungi and bacteria and soften the fruit, right? This is the first step. Okay, in this first step, actually, the fruit will be in a bunch. Okay, this one is already separated, right? Individual fruits, but it will actually be in a bunch, all right, in terms of sterilization. Okay, the second step is called threshing, or we also call it as a separator. Okay, this step. So as the word goes, this is to separate the fruit from the bunch. So it's one whole bunch. You want to separate individual fruits from the bunch. So this step, the function is fruit separated from bunch. Okay, then we move to the third step. Now the third step is called digestion, right? Digestion or crushing. Now this is where the fruit is crushed. Okay, so basically it's just crushed in what we call as a digesting machine. Digesting machine. Okay, and in this step, actually there is some palm oil already produced in this step. In the digestion step itself, a little bit of palm oil, some oil is produced. Okay, now the fourth step is extraction. Now this is the main step where the oil is extracted from the fruit, right? The fourth step, extraction. So extraction is done mainly to extract the oil. So extract oil, right? Extract oil. Now this is done using a hydraulic compressor. Okay, hydraulic compressor. Okay, so after the extraction process, now when the extraction is done, you already get this thing called raw oil. Okay, raw oil. All right, and this oil is going to be actually filtered. Okay, because the raw oil contains impurities, contains some parts of the fruit. Okay, the solid parts of the fruit which they need to filter it out. So the fifth step involved here is called filtration. Okay, filtration step, very easy to remove the unwanted solid or fibers, okay, from the oil. So this is to remove unwanted solids or fibers from the fruit. Okay, at this step, when this step is done, filtration is done, we already actually have something called, the oil is called crude palm oil. Okay, CRUDE, crude palm oil, or in short CPO. Okay, this is called crude palm oil at this stage. Okay, the next stage, which is the last one, is purification, of course. So purification is the sixth step. Okay, some books you may see that the filtration and the extraction is put together, or filtration and purification is put together, but I'm splitting it out here so that it's very clear. All right, this is the steps in a more detailed form. So purification involves two things. Okay, two things. One is steam, again, okay, steam, and activated carbon. Okay, why they run it through steam at the end? Now we got crude palm oil, right? We're going to run it through steam to remove all the acids. There's a lot of kinds of acids in the oil which they want to remove. So this steam is to remove all the acids. Okay, you got to remember this. What is the function of steam in the purification process, which is the last step in the palm oil extraction? Okay, then they run it through activated carbon. Okay, first they run it through steam, the CPO, crude palm oil, then they run it through activated carbon. Now, activated carbon is to remove the color. Okay, its color. Now, initially, the color of crude palm oil is dark red, reddish brown. Okay, dark colored, something like this. Okay, something like this. So when they run it through activated carbon, it becomes lighter. Okay, the color becomes lighter. So this function, activated carbon, the function is to remove its color. All right. Okay, so let's move on. This is all the steps you gotta go through. Okay, so write it down in your worksheet. I've already posted the worksheet in the WhatsApp group. Print it out, write it down, fill in accordingly. All right. So this is your notes for this section on oil palm. Okay, next page in our notes, this is worksheet 3. Yeah? So we are in worksheet 3 today. So next is uses of oil palm. Okay, very easy this section. First of all, oil palm is 100% fat. Okay, it contains saturated and unsaturated. We learned this in our last class, saturated, unsaturated. Okay, so it also contains vitamin E. Okay, oil palm contains vitamin E, and red palm oil contains antioxidant called carotenoids, which your body can convert to vitamin A. So technically, we can say oil palm contributes vitamin E and also vitamin A. Two things. Okay, please remember this. One of the benefit of oil palm. Okay, then we're going to look at a few uses of oil palm. So this one I think you can go through yourself. Okay, oil palm is basically used to make a soap, detergent, margarine, chocolates, candles, ink, paint, fertilizers, lubricating oil. There's a lot of functions of oil palm, including a popular one is cooking oil. Okay, our cooking oil normally is palm oil. All right, this palm oil. All right, but it's refined. All right. So earlier, just now, when we talked about, I forgot something here. Okay, coming back to this. Now, this stage, filtration and purification. I told you that filtration is going to give us crude palm oil. Okay, crude palm oil. After purification, we get refined. Okay, please add this in. I forgot just now. Refined palm oil. All right, call it RPO. So that is after purification. Before purification is crude palm oil. All right, so the acids are removed, then it becomes refined palm oil. Okay, the color also becomes lighter in refined palm oil. All right, here discussion is what I want you to look at. What are the two government agencies involved in palm oil industry? So please write down the agency name and the function. All right, I want you to try this out. All right. Okay, so that's end of palm oil section.